us know as long as we don't share it, but we'll be filming a boat soon and as the tactician for all of the previous World Cup events.
Ben, what your opinion about this event, the Red Bull Youth America's Cup?
Well, I think it's fantastic for the youngsters, young guys and girls to get out there and have a chance to race these boats. They're a lot of fun, they're very physical, and everyone's seen the racing in the America's Cup World Series. So I think for the next generation to get a chance to sail these boats and get some training and tuition and then some racing, it's good. And I think that's, you know, a nice thing about, you know, what they're trying to do with the America's Cup now in the future is to make it more accessible for younger people. So maybe in the past it was always seen as something very difficult to break into that America's Cup world, and I think now, certainly with these boats, it gives young sailors maybe coming through an Olympic campaign or something like that, it gives them a good stepping stone to get into the America's Cup world.
You think that we can come back to the monohull one day?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I had to say, initially when I heard that the America's Cup was going towards multi-hulls, I wasn't very impressed.
Yeah.
But having sailed these boats, they are a lot of fun. They're really exciting. They're really physical. I think they make great TV, certainly the fleet racing. So I've no doubt that fleet racing in these boats is a great spectacle, and it really works. The match racing is hard in any boat. I think even in monohulls, it's difficult to make it exciting. I think the spectacle of these boats is great, but I would probably say so far that the match racing in these boats technically probably isn't as good. Whether or not that's good for the spectators and people watching on the television, I don't think we have the answer for that yet. So there's probably a long way to go, but it's certainly not a bad thing, and both the sailors really enjoy racing on these boats, and I think that the spectators enjoy watching it too.
But to be honest, your personal call, what will be?
Right now I'm not making a decision, so it's not an easy one. But you know, personally, I think match racing in monohulls is better. I think as a sporting challenge, it's better. Maybe you can do both. I don't know, but certainly the fleet racing that we do is absolutely fantastic. And maybe it will be that the AC72 is too much, and the match racing in those boats isn't as good as we would like, and potentially the boats need to be a little bit smaller, and that way the costs come down, we can have more teams, and that way the thing builds up again.
To help Oracle to defend the America's Cup and to bring your personal Ben Ainslie racing for GBR, how you manage these two things?
Well, it really gets split between the America's Cup World Series, which we've been doing with JP Morgan BAR, and that is, as you say, that the goal is to try and build that up to be a challenger for the next America's Cup. But you know, around that, then of course the main focus and the real focus now over the next 6 months is with Oracle and trying to defend the Cup. And you know, there's a lot of work going on, especially with you know, rebuilding the AC72, getting that back online, which has been a huge effort by everyone in the team, and especially the boat builders. The shore team have done a fantastic job. And now we've got, you know, as a sailing team, we've got a lot of hard work ahead to really make sure we maximise the performance of that boat and then the second boat. So yeah, that's my role, is to help. And as a team, we need to do a good job. It's not really about individuals. I think if any cup was about teamwork, it's probably this one. It's not too difficult, to be honest, because I think the expectations are quite clear, and some people like myself have come in pretty late to the program, and you know, so I'm quite clear that my role is to you know, be one of the helmsmen, and to really make sure that we push hard with our in-house racing, so that you know, when the team gets out there and gets racing, that it's ready. You know, all the other challenging teams will race through the Louis Vuitton Cup. You know, but in terms of sailing the 72 or helming the 72, I haven't done that yet. So it's quite clear that you know, that's Jimmy's role, and he's the skipper of the team, and you know, that's something which, you know, was bought into at the beginning. And for me,
yeah, but you already beat Jimmy in the AC45. in last Ainslie World
No,
Series.
not quite. Almost.
Almost.
Yeah. No, but that's good. I mean, it's good to have competition with Jimmy, Tom Slingsby, like you said, Darren, John Kostecki. All these guys are fantastic sailors. So I think it works pretty well, to be honest. Within the team, it's handled pretty well. Everyone's pretty clear about the structure and how things are supposed to work and pan out. And I think if you're clear about that, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, and you lose 3 months after the capsize of last October, and you rebuilt the platform, the second wing up, and you have now strong months ahead. Emirates in New Zealand, in Auckland, didn't lose any day, sailed all the schedule. Is a big opponent, isn't?
Yeah.
What do you think about the
Kiwis?
Kiwis?
The Team New Zealand have done a fantastic job. I think everyone's very impressed with their boat and the way they put everything together, not just the boat but the whole team. And certainly the time they've had on the water has been very, very impressive. And then of course now pretty soon themselves and Luna Rossa will be shifting over here to San Francisco and start training on the bay. So that's going to be a big period when the other two boats are here racing and training, and we'll finally see how things stack up. But it's certainly a huge design race, this cup. And it's as much going to be won from the work that the designers and then the boat builders have done with putting these amazing bits of kit together, and then the sailors have got to go out and perform. So it's a long way to go yet.
Yeah, and you think it will be all about foiling quicker and better and faster, or other things will be important?
Yeah, well, it's pretty clear that foiling is a big part of it, and you have to be able to do that, and it isn't that easy. It takes a bit of fine tuning and technique, but I would imagine by the time we get to the cup that the teams, or most of the teams, will be able to do that, and that won't be a problem. So actually the foiling is a big part, but I think when we get around to the racing, it won't be the deciding factor. It will be other areas which will decide the result, in my opinion.
Okay, Ben, let's go to your Olympic career. In Weymouth, you won the 4 gold, the Sir Ben Ainslie title. And how do you see your last 25 years of career? All the people says you are the better ever. How do you see yourself?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've had a fantastic career, been very fortunate, and certainly with the Olympics I've been very fortunate to have had good results and have a lot of support along the way. I think that's very important, that it's not just a one-man band. It takes a lot of support from family, friends, coaches, sponsors. So much goes into these campaigns, as I'm sure many Olympians would have told you. So I'm very thankful for that. The America's Cup as well is something which I've been involved with for quite a while now, and it's a big passion of mine to try and be successful, to be involved with a winning team. And that's, you just keep moving forwards. Can't really dwell on the past too much, and keep pushing, keep trying to improve, learn new skills, and ultimately be successful.
Okay, so looking at the future, your goal for the next year is only the America's Cup, or you have other ideas, other projects?
There's some other projects which we're looking at doing. Right now the America's Cup is well, of course it's the main focus right now, and hopefully we'll be with the next Cup when we know more about the future of the America's Cup. But we'll just see how things develop over the next 6 months, really. But I think it's an exciting time for sailing. It's been a really difficult period, probably the last couple of years, certainly with the Cup and with the global financial crisis. And I think we can hopefully see some light at the end of the tunnel, and there are some exciting new projects in sailing, and hopefully as the world's finances sort themselves out, we can really try and take the sport to another level.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Ben, and it was a pleasure to see you sailing in this year.
Nice to see you, thanks.